good, baby, good.
Well, before there's actually a Hollywild, it was a hobby between my dad and I, James Meeks, back in the early 60s. And then later, because we were just interested in animals, not to become a zoo, it was just what we did because we had a great love for all of animals. And then later, we realized we had to become a quote zoo because we had to do all the safety things that go along with there and have themes. And later we became a 501c3 nonprofit. We became Hollywild Animal Park in the early 80s. And we did Hollywild Animal Park because a lot of people think of Hollywood, Hollywild, and we did a lot of commercials and movies back in those days. And you can see all the little signs around that have the stars on them. That's telling what the animals are in. When people come in to visit here in the park, they're excited not just to see a zebra, but a zebra that's workable. They think that's very unusual, and it is very unusual. But mission statement pretty much says that it's our goal is to enhance the life of the animals here in the parks and make sure they provide adequate facilities and shelter, and at the same time educate the public and let them understand why it's important to have zoos such as Hollywild, and that's kind of what we're all about. Just because we worked a lot with the animals and we had just a nice, easy rapport with them, it was easy for us to do say commercials and movies. And once the people knew that I could do those things, they just sort of came to. I've never advertised for this, and we've done now 62 feature movies, and I don't even know how many commercials, but we always work with the animals. Instead of just having the animals, for example, do tricks and things like this, once we get a script, we find out what would we do that would make this animal want to do what they want, and then it's very natural for them to do that. Like the zebras don't normally stand here. Now, if I quit talking or I quit messing with him, then he's going to come back to me to start messing because he wants me to do something with him. So I know while I'm talking to you, it's imperative that I still do his eyes and do his ears and just mess with him because he likes that sort of thing. So it's not like I'm making him stand here. He says, hey, you keep scratching and petting and touching, and you can talk all you like. I enjoy this sort of thing. Well, this guy has done commercials with the B-52 bombers and different things. The horse over there to our left is in Pippi Longstocking. The Guy in a Tragedy with Jim Jones, about the story of Jim Jones. Betsy's Wedding, Prancer, which is one of my favorite all-time children's movies we've done. A very unusual movie we did one time with the monkeys was called Monkey Shines. It was a pretty unusual movie. And then for TV, one of the biggest ones I did, I guess, was with Stephen King's The Stand, which, you know, I don't write the scripts, I just do the parts, and sometimes we get some very unusual, and that was a very unusual one. Well, people are always interested in commercials, and they're always amused by what you say, things that happen, and they want to know, how do you work the rhino? The rhino that you see here at Hollywild, you also see on TV with the Zicam commercials, and they ask, well, how do you work a big animal like that? Does he ever get excited or mad? Yeah, he's always a rhino. And one funny thing that happened once, we shooting a Land Rover commercial in the outback, and he got a little excited and decided to charge. So I moved, let him come toward me, and there was a sack there, sandbags with a C-stand with a tree on it that just was a prop. Well, he came so fast, I went behind that little sandbag and tree. In his mind, that's a tree, so he dodged it and missed me. But then he went on down to the Penske truck, and I can tell you he reshaped the Penske. So that was kind of an unforgettable moment with Rhino. Endangered is usually referring to what their status is in the wild. We even have some animals here that they are no more in the wild. They're listed as extinct, but yet we still have them here at Hollywild. And it's the Syrian bear, which it's the Ursus arctos syriacus, which is a cousin to the grizzly bear, which is Ursus arctos horribilis. But we have probably, out of the 70-some species of animals we have in the park, we have, I think, 32 species that are endangered. We made sure in 1999 it was a nonprofit, so it can be a perpetual zoo to promote the zoo and keep the animals happy and safe and make sure education is at the forefront, and also to let people know it's not David Meeks' zoo anymore. It's your zoo. It's community zoo. And it's not just a zoo, it's Hollywild. We're the best at what we do. And if you don't believe it, come out and check us out.
Look, here he is. He's wanting to talk to you.